Yo, it's your main man here, Double H. Guys, what's up? So again, here for hopefully a new beginnings here for the Hangout, because things got a little bit crazy in the last Hangout that we did. So I thought, you know what, it's just going to be expanding, but I just want to for this thing to be, so as we start with the next few Hangouts, I want it to be the very core members who've really been around for quite some time for the Hangouts, because because again, guys listen to this thing every week, and I want it to be a quality listening experience for those that listen, so we can really dissect into the topic, but still have the same energy that we all have. So on the agenda for today, and again, we'll talk about other stuff as we go through, especially with the best awards that's happening on Monday. So Liverpool being unbeaten, is Pique a break, and the Lacazette Aubameyang partnership. So let's start off first with Liverpool. Are they going to win the league? Yes or no? And I need a yes or no answer. Are they winning the league?
It depends. It depends.
Wait, what do you mean by it depends? It's a yes or no.
No. I'll tell you the answer in 2 weeks when they face City. If they beat City, I think they'll win the league. If they lose, City will win it.
And if they draw?
If it's a draw, I mean, we just have to see. But I think they'll be a winner in that game.
Yeah. I think Liverpool's going to win it.
So, okay, so Kadim, so what makes you think Liverpool will win? Remember, they're yet to face Chelsea, who they will face in the next Premier League game. They're yet to face City. Because for me, we'll talk about Chelsea afterwards, but what makes you feel that this season, more than last season, they're going to win it this season? Because they've not really faced a proper team yet.
No, I mean they face Paris Saint-Germain.
No, that doesn't count. Neymar is a bomb. He's a bomb. Carry on.
And for me, Liverpool is playing like in the best days of Dortmund, of Klopp at Dortmund.
Yes, that's I agree.
And they are like back then Dortmund was rock solid in defense. Like they Subotic and Hummels, and Piszczek, and I don't know, they were like rock solid. There were no goals. And Klopp was talking being the underdog, like literally like the whole season up until the end. And I still how they were beating Paris Saint-Germain was really also against Leicester. No, was it Leicester? Yeah, I think it was Leicester, no? And like those smaller teams, they won pretty like convincingly. And they never were on edge of losing, you know? Like we always felt that they could speed up.
We just got it so, but the fact that it is still early.
Of course. But somebody needs to win the league, no? I mean, it's like somebody needs
to win, but I think that's that. For me, I'm still sticking with Man City. I'll explain why, but I'm still saying Man City will win the league and Liverpool will be the first. I still feel like when all is said and done, at the end of 38 games, City will lift that trophy.
Yeah, of course.
I think like squad depth is key. But let me bring in FG. So FG, what are you saying about Liverpool? Are they winners for the Premier League this season?
Yeah, I think that they'll definitely compete for sure. I think it depends on that City game.
Yes or no? Will they win the Premier League this season? Yes or no?
Okay, no.
Why?
Like like I said before, it's that City game. I think they'll lose to City, and it'll just be downhill from then on.
Also, FG, can you please change your avatar? I don't want to look at a guy without a shirt on my screen, man. Come on, like it's just change the damn profile look.
This is coming from a guy who made shirtless videos.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, A1, Liverpool. Talk to me. Will they win the league this season?
It's a difficult one, but yeah, I think they will win the league.
So
they're playing good run.
What makes you give them the nod over Man City, who destroyed and embarrassed and disgraced the league last season?
I just think right now, the way Liverpool are right now, they're in good form. Plus, their new signings haven't blended in yet, and that could be showing strength in depth as well. And yeah, the way and defensively they look good as well. You don't really see any errors. They've got a good goalkeeper, Van Dijk, Gomez. They're tight. You've got the fullbacks as well. So yeah, they'll win the league.
So okay. What if they lose to City? Will you then change your mind, or would you still say thing that they'll win the league if they were to lose to City? If
I
they
wait.
play against Chelsea and lose to City, will you change your view?
Are those at home matches or away matches against Chelsea and City?
That's an excellent point. Let me. Okay. While you answer that, let me just check. Okay, wait. Let me go to Mane. So Mane, Liverpool, are they going to win the league this season? Yes or no?
No. I think they still have.
Surprise.
I think they're still gonna lose their form. They're doing well now, but the game against Southampton, I think Southampton had chances and stuff like that, but I think
No, they never. Only had one shot on target.
yeah, but the guy
That came at the end of the game.
Yeah,
That came in 93rd minute.
No, come on. Southampton bricked them, man. They were not doing anything. Those guys are fast.
True. But even then, though, I think Liverpool, they're gonna run out at some point, but they'll be second, But I still think this is their best chance in a while. But I still think City will do it because they're more consistent.
So Liverpool play Chelsea away, then they play Man City at home. Those are their two next Premier League games.
And in between, they've got Napoli
They're going in between
away.
So it's a pretty interesting game. So basically, so this is how I view it. I feel that it is still very earlier on in the season. They look better than they did last season. And this is not a team who I feel will finish fourth. I think at worst they finish third. I feel this team looks a lot tighter. As Kadim was saying, the defense looks a lot more on point. Gomez looks really good. I think those two young fullbacks have improved. But I'm still saying hashtag 15 max. People have insulted me for it. I said I'm crazy. Hashtag 15 max. So he's got 12 more till he hits the maximum for the season in the league alone.
Who?
Salah is getting 15 goals maximum this season.
Nobody.
I think it's going to be a very interesting title challenge between them and City. But I just feel like if City have a deeper squad, more options, and I'm sorry, anything that has a dude like Sergio Aguero in their team, I'm sorry.
And De Bruyne isn't even playing. That's the thing.
What?
De Bruyne isn't even playing, so he's still got to come back.
There we go. So once De Bruyne comes back, they're going to ride. Once De Bruyne comes back, they're going to ride. So. And also, look, even in the game that they dropped points against, they hit the bar twice.
Yeah, but the results are not yet there. So last season, and also Liverpool did improve. So definitely the gap is much closer.
Oh no, for sure. No, I mean, basically, what I hope for is a title race. That's what I want. I want a title race. I didn't want that disgraceful embarrassment crap I had. I mean. Seriously, a lot of guys in the Premier League need to take a hard look at themselves. So let a team get 100 points and 16 points between first and second. That is downright disgraceful. So don't you dare tell me the Premier League is an elite league with that crap I witnessed last season. So next topic. So Barcelona, they drew 2-2 against Girona, but they had a man sent off. Girona had this dude called Stuani, who got 2 Gs and one amazing goal. But the key talking point is Pique. Now, Pique is a brick. That's a fact. So we need to first deal with that thing right now. So the question now about this is that should Barcelona look to offload Pique, or has he done too much for Barcelona for them to really try and get rid of him? Or do you think he can still get to a standard in which he can still be at a good enough level for them to try and win this Champions League?
Let me go first.
I
They won't get rid of him because he's a Barcelona legend. He's from
even
Barcelona.
If he's like crap. So because he's legend.
Cool. No. Cool. Wait. Let me finish. He won't be a starter. I'm pretty sure he'll be at the club, but slowly and surely he won't be a starter because they got Titi, who's pretty much young, and Lenglet, they're pretty much young as well. That can take over. So I can't see them I can't see a Barcelona offloading him, but I could see him fading out of the first team, only first starting 11. But right now he'll still be a starter despite him playing like a brick. So
all right,
yeah.
Mane.
I mean, he did score an equalizer for them, but
yes, who cares? He's a defender. I don't care. You defend first, then score. Carry on.
Even then, the goals, for one where he made the tackle, but the ball didn't completely go out. You can blame him for that, but also who's his partner in defense? I mean, he seems like he was doing the entire work for two people there. Both of those goals. I don't know if you would blame him specifically for that, but I don't know. I didn't think he played that bad, honestly.
No, the first goal, he got outpaced and he gave away a penalty. The second goal, he alongside it was Busquets. That you can put that on the manager for not putting a centre back straight away. He let Busquets play for 10 minutes as centre back and they conceded. So,
No, I'm not. But yeah, no, true. I mean, you can say that is on him, but also as well, the fact of the matter is that when you're a defender and the striker's on you, that's on you. So Stuani was backed up to Pique, and Pique was with him, and Stuani just reacted quicker than him for the first goal. So it's like, for a defender, you have to be 2 steps ahead of that flipping striker, because you're not 2 steps ahead, you got Phillips. But my thing about this is that because when you say that they will still keep him for this season, my thing is that Barcelona will. So they really want to win this Champions League. So don't you think that he is too much of a liability to be trusted as a starter against a Bayern Munich, a Real Madrid, those clowns called PSG, Liverpool, and so forth?
Yeah, you can say that, but I'm looking at it from Valverde and his decisions previously,
But what would be the replacement?
it'll be Langley.
I mean,
Exactly.
Who?
Langley got a red card. So
Langley.
Yeah.
he got a red card today. So
I'm thinking long term, because look, man, the matter about that Pique is he's crap now. He can be okay in games, but essentially he's a brick. So if you're going for a Champions League, can you afford to have a brick as your central defender? I mean, that's you can have a brick as a right back, because Bayern survived with Rafinha for all these years. You can't have a brick as a central defender. That's going too far. So that's okay. Let's move on to this next topic right now. That we'll react to the Champions League. Lacazette and Aubameyang. So here is what my hot take is. I believe that Lacazette and Aubameyang will be the best strike partnership since Andy Cole and Dwight York. I believe that is probably the best strike partnership I've seen, followed maybe by Chiesa and Crespo.
Berbatov, Tevez.
No.
I mean, come on. If they win today.
No, let me.
And also Romario Ronaldo. That's probably the greatest of all time. So my thing about this is that why don't more teams play 2 strikers? Because this is my beef, and I'll give you guys a floor. I kept on saying, man, 2 strikers. The guys say, oh man, half up, shut up, man. Why do you keep going on about 2 strikers? The game has changed. Football has changed. It's all about 1 strikers, and things evolve. And I'm like, that's complete and utter bullshit. Because there is you can have a strategy for 2 strikers in any generation that can still be effective. The very idea that, oh my gosh, no, sorry, we can't play 2 strikers anymore because 1 striker is the only strategy that can be played, that is completely and utterly stupid. So my question is that looking at how effective Lacazette and Aubameyang have been so far, why don't more teams look to out in the market to get 2 strikers and play them together?
And let me speak. Cool. With the Lacazette Aubameyang thing, they're 2 strikers, but they're not exactly being utilized properly as more of a strike partnership, because Emery's asking Aubameyang to play more on the wing, so he's been playing more out wide, but he still managed to get goals. And like you said, I do feel that if we actually play with Aubameyang more closer to Lacazette, it'll be even much better. But for now, Aubameyang's been told to go on the wing, and he's been in the right place at the right time to get the goals. But I just feel the reason why they don't have 2 strikers up top, because everyone wants control of the midfield, and to get control of the midfield, you mainly need 3 midfielders. Then obviously you've got the wingers, and that leaves you having 1 striker. So I think that's the reason why they don't play with 4-4-2 most of the time.
And my thing about this is that this whole thing
feel control. More teams want to keep possession. So that's why they got to put
Yeah.
an extra midfield. Also, the defending is getting a little bit weak as of like many center backs can't defend one-on-one. So they need an extra CDM. So they kind of cloud the player and put pressure on a player more than actually like man-on-man defending. So I think it's just to control the tempo of the game, possession based. And the striker.
Okay, then.
And-
So wait. So what if I play a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2? So I have those my wing backs who can make it a 5 when we defend, or make it a 5 in midfield when we have the ball, or a 5 in midfield if we want to win the ball high up, still maintaining those two strikers high up. So my thing about it is that you can still form your formation to still have two central attacking threats while still having enough numbers in midfield and of defense, because again, formations are malleable. People can actually move around. They don't have to be static. So my thing is, because A1 it's very worrying what I'm hearing there, because I'm like, okay, you have two strikers in Aubameyang, Lacazette on the pitch, but because you're so stuck and dogmatic in this, oh my gosh, one striker thing, so Aubameyang has to play out wide, something that he's not done since the early Dortmund days. That's stupid.
I know. That's why I don't agree with it.
It depends on the strikers. I mean, most strikers, the reason why they don't play two is because one of them they don't even do any defending. They don't track back. They just sit around and wait for a chance, and that's why they just opt for another midfield man or another man in defense. Because even like a lot of the number 10s, they can act as a striker if they have good finishing, and they can fill that gap. But the striker can't do what they do, kind of thing. So it's kind of just looking at the players you have. Really, it's going to be more effective to keep the striker out.
Well, that's it. Kadim, any thoughts on this and why you guys don't play more two striker setups?
I mean, like like it's also due to the modern players, wingers, like Hazard, Robben, Neymar, Messi, Cristiano. All those players are coming as wingbacks, wingers, attacking wingers. So it's also due to dominating the midfield and being able to go into those half. How do you say in English, half? Like in between the lines, like not on the wing, but also not in the center, but in between those
in the
two half spaces, exactly. And for those kind of and in those kind of spaces, you need those different type of players. And if you look at the table, like in the Premier League, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Spurs as well, all of them play with those wingers, no? And and I don't know about Spurs, but definitely Chelsea, City, and
Spurs, Spurs do sometimes. Well, it depends sometimes. Sometimes they play diamond, or sometimes they play wingers.
Yeah,
as well.
But like it's
like Tottenham have Moura and Kane. That's because I think Moura really sort of is the partner for Kane somewhat.
But look, you have like Liverpool and City both have like a goal difference of +12, +16. Yeah. And then you have Arsenal with a goal difference of +3. And it's difficult to argue against how Liverpool and City play.
But the one thing also I want to mention is that even though on paper the two strikers, it doesn't say they have two strikers, they always usually have somebody that plays that role, at least facilitates and acts as a second striker. Usually it's the number 10, or maybe pulls in. Yeah.
But like for the four in the midfield, like if you take both left midfielder and right midfielder, they need to cover like a lot more space than like a specialist in defense and one in attack, like Robben and or like Ribéry or all those wingers were mainly in the final third and playing as midfielders in defense. But if you have like 4-4-2, then they are much farther away from the goal, like to score. Like, I mean, could you imagine Robben or Ribéry playing in a 4-4-2 on a wing?
I mean, well, not based on how they play, no, but Robin at one point it was more of like I think
In Holland, maybe, yeah.
yeah, like 4-2-1-2, something like that, where he played behind two strikers, who was sort of like the number 10, or kind of the attacking number 10. But basically, my whole thing is that I suppose I could get the whole midfield argument, but I still feel that when I look at how Barcelona play and how Man City play, like it is so fluid, so tangible that I still feel like if you have to basically find the right striker, but I feel like if there are strikers out there who have the mobility, the stamina, and the movements to be a second striker and to also fall back in midfield and also to do that work as well. But I suppose, as you guys said, it's the number 10. Let's roll through the Champions League night now. So, Liverpool against PSG. Now, let me rant. So, before the game, I did like a huge, massive preview. I wore a suit, I wore my red suit. I was hyped and everything. And in my stupidity, in my eternal stupidity, I said, man, don't bank against PSG. The PSG being disrespected. This guy's going to show people. Do you know who Mbappe is? Do you know who Neymar is? Neymar is going to show you people that all those insults, you should be quiet. So I watched the game, and nobody is going to tell me otherwise. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. Neymar was trash. It was crap. He was garbage. And he's under review for the Brick Academy currently. So, my question is this, and I mean, and I won't even start with Karim Aran, because Karim, Tuchel is the wrong man for PSG. You need a dictator. You need an authoritarian to bring some discipline into the team. Now, there should be a balance between being forceful and also letting these guys, play and be expressive. But the balance has been swung way in the direction of, hey, man, these guys can do whatever the hell they want. And I just do not think that Tuchel's character is right for PSG to actually be professional and to actually go find this Champions League. So, I mean, am I right? Am I wrong? What's your view on this?
Mine?
Yeah. That Tuchel is the wrong man for PSG.
First of all, I think that's way too early to say. Like all the transfers he wanted didn't went through. And secondly, in Germany, he was basically like a Pep. Like he's obsessed for success and really like a tactician, and like really discipline is above everything else. And he says, like at one point in an interview when he was already coach of PSG, that he likes to work with a kind of Neymar and all those superstars because they are as obsessed about winning as he is. And whether or not it will work out is, I think, I mean, like, he played against Liverpool, and like, as I said, for me, Liverpool is like currently probably one of the best teams in Europe. And Klopp is there for third year now, or 4 years. So it's not really like a good like benchmark to say the least. Yeah.
I have to say that when I look at the PSG team, for me, it has one of the worst transfer policies of any club in Europe. I mean, they went to Anfield and they're starting with a center back as their central midfielder and a winger as a center midfielder.
Verratti was injured.
Even still, how can you have this? This is supposed to be top 3 clubs in Europe according to PSG.
They're not top for anything. Don't read the hype. Don't.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
I don't say what they say. Okay, I say they're not. Carry on.
Yeah. But when you look at the team, Di Maria is playing in a 4-3-3 as a midfielder. I mean, the guy is. Come on, this is not a serious team. I don't think round of 16 is where they're gonna end their Champions League campaign, because they're becoming more and more individualistic. Basically, Neymar, Mbappe, those two are supposed to somehow lift them to the Champions League final. And those guys, if they don't have the ball, they're practically a liability. Let's be honest. So this PSG team is a joke. I mean, Tuchel, what is he gonna do with this? Look at the players he has. Nkunku, or just go and look at the substitutes they have. Lassana Diarra, like we're in 2009. Lassana Diarra is the substitute. Nsoki. These names, I don't even know these people. Draxler is still on the bench.
Look, you've insulted these guys enough, man. Damn. A1, hit me. Pierce, what's wrong with these clowns?
It's a bit too early to say as well, but at the same time,
Don't give me that crap, man. Those guys embarrass themselves. What do you mean by it's too early, man?
I mean under Tuchel, innit? Because people forget that Tuchel didn't get the players he wanted. He wanted Boateng, Weigl, but I don't know what happened with their PSG and their transfers. Even Thiago Silva was saying, like, when they asked him what happened on the pitch, Thiago Silva was like, ask Henrique. He's like the sporting director for PSG, so there's already problems there going on. But at the same time, they were drawn with Liverpool 2-2, despite them being not good, and it took Liverpool like a 90th minute winner to score. So, you know, you just have to see how things go. But on Tuesday, they were poor.
Okay. So let's actually no. I wanna let me. Okay. So what else? So what else? So we had Barcelona against Liverpool. So Juventus. Now, who saw the Juve game?
I didn't.
But you. So
I watched the highlights
with Cristiano.
I even didn't see. I didn't see the red card, to be honest.
So basically,
yeah, I saw the red card.
Was it a flailing arm? Was it an elbow or something? Because basically,
he touched the guy's head, basically. So that's
yeah. I don't know. I saw the foul. Yeah, I thought it was a bit harsh, to be honest.
Nah.
First of all, for me, it wasn't a red card, but I think that's not the issue. My thing was that why was he crying? Now, my thinking is this: at first, I was like, okay, this is a bit weird because why are you crying? Because it got sent off. Then I thought that a straight red is 3 games. That means he will miss the Old Trafford game. And I know how much it means for him to go back to Old Trafford and to play.
Is it a 3 match?
3 games. I thought it was only 1 game.
I think if it's a straight red for violent conduct, I think it's 3 games. I'm not. I may be wrong. But basically, my thing is that why is he crying? That's what I wanted to know.
Man, you know, he's like a maniac, man. You know, he's crazy.
He knew he was gonna get a penalty later in the game, so he was just crying because he couldn't take the penalty.
We have Cristiano fanboys here, so easy. So Real Madrid against Roma, huge victory there. Now, do you all agree with me in this sentiment? Beast mode. I think you'll know who Beast mode is. That's Gareth Bale. If he stays fit for the full season, do we all agree that Real Madrid are a serious threat? They're not winning four in a row. I don't care what else says. They're not winning 4 in a row. Hell no, that's not happening on my watch. But if Beast mode is fit for a full season, what do you think Real Madrid can achieve this season?
They can definitely push, man. Definitely push because
no. I need specifics. What can they do this season if Beast mode is fully fit?
Quarterfinals, I would think.
Semi-final.
Semis.
Yeah, semi-final.
I mean, it doesn't seem automatic these days. Like with the games, every game they play, it doesn't seem like this is just gonna be easy walkover. Like the Espanyol game, I mean, they won 1-0. Asensio scored, but even then, you didn't seem like Real Madrid were just taking over the game completely. It's not like last season where they were gonna easily go through it. But,
well, if you speak about last season, they were losing to bloody Real Betis at home and everything. So, I think they've already had a better start to this season than they had last year. I think last season they'd already dropped a lot more points already. So,
but my question is, though, how much better can they get than where they are right now? How much better can they realistically be?
Basically, for me, I believe that we've not yet seen the best of Asensio. I believe that we've not really seen Benzema fully get back to his striking best, and we've not really seen beast mode for a full season for a long time. So I think that there is more to come from Asensio. There's more to come from Benzema, and we're not seeing Bale be the man, the main star of the team for a full season. I think when you put all those things into account, like I don't know whether they can. I still feel Barcelona will take La Liga right now because I think Messi is on steroids. I think if he's on steroids, I'm not sure how you defeat a puppet on steroids. So, but who are your picks again for the Champions League right now? Because I know it's PSV. Barcelona slaughtered PSV. I mean that was they flipping destroyed those dudes. And I think as long as Messi's fit. Speaking of which, when last did Messi get a long-term injury?
Let's not waste it on, man.
I mean, these types of players don't get injured that long.
Yeah, when Suarez and Neymar was on that role, and they came back for the Clasico.
Yeah, but that was like for like a month though.
Yeah, it's like he's had like a 2 month or a 3 month layoff, man.
I'm pretty sure that was like 2 months.
If you have to go by like 3 months, that's 2013. Like that's the last time you get a long-term injury.
Oh, wow. Okay. So City against Lyon. What are we saying there? Are we saying that Arteta is a brick? Or
no.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I mean, I believe that
because
Pep was giving orders anyhow.
no, for sure. Look, Pep is that guy. He would have found a way to somehow get a team plan or something through. But my thing about it is that it is a point that people make, because remember, Pep isn't like an Ancelotti. He's very much a guy who coaches you through the whole game and makes tweaks through the entire game and makes movements and everything. So, and Arteta just doesn't know that. But still, at the end of the day, City were playing at home, and Pep did pick the starting lineup. For me, I am a huge fan of Gabriel Jesus. I don't think
the dude is finished, man.
Why, man?
Easy, relax. Jesus is a guy who I feel people don't really appreciate. I think the guy is super talented. I think the guy wants to dribble, he can dribble your face off. But if Jesus is fit and Aguero is fit, I'm going with Aguero. And I think that it was a mistake not to start with Aguero. You have to start with the older, better striker. You have to. That's just standard. So them not starting with Aguero, I think, or the Manchester City. And again, Arteta didn't pick the starting lineup, but Pep did. So already that was a faux pas. So, but how far do you think City can go? Because I'm not sure whether I agree with City being second favorites, right?
They're going nowhere near quarterfinals max.
Easy.
That team is. Look at this. Look at the team. Like the players. They're not top like world class players or elite players. They're just a good Premier. They're just a good Premier League team.
No. FG, wait, relax. So De Bruyne isn't world class. David Silva is not world class. Aguero is not world class. That's what you're saying.
Okay, these players are all flops in Champions League. So.
Oh, come on! You can't say that, man. Not De Bruyne.
I'm telling you, they don't turns up. Look, these are just 3 players. You need an entire team of world-class players.
To be honest, the only reason City lost the game is because Delph had a shocking game. I mean, the first goal is all Delph. Let's be honest. But also, I think the players that were starting was a mistake. Aguero should have started. Sane should have started. I'm beginning to kind of like David Silva should really be on the bench kind of thing. He's really. Sometimes in games he just does nothing for me. I don't think he doesn't have the energy, and he just slows down the pace.
Look, man, people were telling me that David Silva is one of the greatest Premier League players ever. That's the narrative I was hearing, and I said, okay, fair enough. Let's just switch things very quickly right now. Your top 3 players in the world currently, because this was a conversation I was having with some people when I was doing stuff for UFF, and we're having a massive debate about a different top 3. So let me start with Mane, who currently, now, let me be very clear. This isn't about your reputation, what you've done for the past 5 years. As of 2018 right now, maybe you can go last 2 months, last 3 months or so but currently, on form as of right now, who are your top 3 players currently in the world right now? Manning.
Yeah. Top 3 players currently. First one, of course, Messi. Second one is actually somebody else will go first. I have to think about this. Somebody
Hey,
else.
I'll go first.
Oh, okay. FG, go.
Okay, it's Ronaldo, Hazard, and probably Messi.
Okay. A1, your top 3.
Right now, Messi, Hazard, and I can't think of number 3, but
Wow.
I
Kadim,
can't
your
think of
top
number 3.
3 right now.
Oh, yeah. Also, Messi, like attacking or defending or.
No, basically overall, just overall, your best players overall, right now.
Fuck. Yeah, Messi, definitely Messi. And from France, I need to take somebody from France.
Varane.
Varane or Titi.
Give me your top 3. Just give me your top 3.
And I go for Neuer.
No,
I'll just
So you said Messi, Neuer, and
Varane. He said Varane.
Varane, yeah.
Mane.
Wait, I just
all right. I'll go Messi. I don't care. De Bruyne's injured. He's number 2 in the world. Who cares?
Okay.
De Bruyne, and then I'll give it to Bale. Bale's the 3rd guy.
Wait. I have something to say. Why is everyone picking Messi when this guy just got
Okay,
lost to
yeah,
Roma
let me
and dropped
see
it?
my top 3. Let me see my top 3. My top 3 is Messi, Marcelo, Hazard, and probably my number 4 is probably going to be Sergio Ramos. And let me say this right now. For me, I believe that as far as ability-wise, just crazy ability. Sorry, what Marcelo does in the field is insane. It's absolutely insane. FG. So you said that Messi isn't top 3 in the world right now.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Relax. Okay. Have you been watching Messi's last few games? Yes or no?
bro, I'm not judging based on league games. I'm judging on the biggest games.
I will ask the question again. Please answer directly. Have you watched Messi's last 50 games? Yes or no?
Yes, but what does that have to do with anything? This dude flopped in the World Cup. The dude flopped in the Champions League.
I will repeat what my question was before. I said, who are the best players in the world currently? That's what I said.
Currently, it's Ronaldo, Hazard, Varane.
I mean, honestly, guys, you can't
just make those major mistakes at the flipping thingy fan. Because I'm a huge fan. Varane.
Wait, come on. He was like one of the best players in the Champions League and the World Cup too. So.
Come on, BC. A center back and a left back can be considered top 3 players in the world. I'm sorry, it's not possible to consider them top 3 players. It's because it's not the hardest position to play in the field. A left back, first of all, is a peripheral player. They just on the sides make a pass with the winger does most of the work.
Wait, Manny, that may have been right in 1962. In 2018, do you know how much Marcelo contributes to Real Madrid team? He is essential.
He's an attacker.
He's essential to the team, but doesn't make him the top 3 player in the world because he does be a left back well. Just because he's a good left wing back does not make him top 3 players in the world. He just does his job well, but he's not special.
Basically, my thing, that was actually my argument. My argument was really about Hazard because the debate I was having with people was nobody wanted to put Hazard in that top 3 category, and I found that quite shocking.
Wait, I put him in there.
So Mane, you had him there, but you then removed him.
So for
Hazard? No, never.
You said him to begin with. Yeah, that's why you said Hazard to begin with in your top.
I never said Hazard. I just said Messi.
Fine. Okay, wait, Kadim, you wanted to say something?
If you go by league, like the best in Spain league for me is Messi. In Premier League, it's it should be it's like attacking wise, it's Hazard. Attacking wise, but Van Dijk in defense is also pretty good.
It's pretty good.
And Yeah, I mean Mane.
Man, no, I mean, but seriously, my thing is that I believe that people cannot deny what Hazard is doing and how he's.
Wait. I think you're forcing the Hazard praise a little too much.
What is he
It's-
doing exactly?
Okay, let's talk. Okay, let's talk about it. So
I'll say it.
He tied with West Ham.
in
That's what he's doing.
in my view, I feel Modric deserved that award.
Okay,
But
I disagree. I strongly disagree.
Easy. Modric deserved that award. So did Varane, and I think that it's actually quite offensive that Varane isn't in the final three for the best award. But that's a different discussion. But my thing is that there's an argument can be made that Hazard was one of the best players at the World Cup, and since the World Cup, every game he's played for Chelsea, this guy's influence and his ability is top 3.
Wait. So what about
Except
what
the
about
West Ham game,
what
the
about
most recent one.
What about before,
He was still good there. I mean, what's he supposed to do against 7 guys?
wait.
Oh,
First of all, he was bad in the West Ham game. And the second, before the World Cup, what did he do? He finished outside the top 4. He flopped against Barcelona in the Champions League. So you're literally going based off of like 7 games he played in the World Cup, which is probably the biggest competition, but still.
The whole point of what he says is that form is really like your last 5 games. That's how I see form. And when I say the best players currently is what have you done in your last 5 games? And
That's irrelevant
the
though.
last 5 games, Marcel, Hazard, Messi.
But in the last 5 games, you could play the 5 worst teams in your league and be amazing. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, by the way, Hazard only has 5 Premier League goals. 3 of them are penalties. So I mean, let's just say he has 2 goals that are actual, But he's been good. I'll give him that. But to go and say top 3, I think we're elevating him for no reason. If anybody else did what he did, nobody would care.
I mean, this is now maybe like a bit. How should I put it? Like for me, Neymar, for example, you could argue that
He's still above.
better.
Okay, guys, let's have this discussion right now. Neymar. So, I fully supported his move to PSG because I felt that he had to stop.
I didn't.
Nope.
And that's to get out of his shadow. That's all what I believe. But right now, as I look at it, yes, I still felt he should have left Barcelona. But you know what? I think Neymar should have moved to Real Madrid. I think the move to PSG, I think it's harming his career because first of all, let's be real right now. He's playing in a league in which is extremely inferior to his abilities and his team. PSG can pretty much sleepwalk almost every game in the league, and their close challengers, Monaco, ain't going to do anything.
They're 12th.
Now you see Lyon may be the closest challengers right now, and Lyon really going to put it into PSG. So the issue what you now have is that it's so easy for you in the French league. You come into the Champions League, you play Real Madrid, you get a chain snatched. Play against Liverpool, you get a chain snatch.
Wait. Have we ever thought he's still recovering from that injury? Because that injury he got, it's still the one Neuer got. He missed the entire season. That's similar. It's the same type of injury, so it could take a couple more months to be fully recovered.
Okay, fair enough, but still, that doesn't negate my whole job of as an analyst. Is how well have you played currently? So in the past 2-3 months or last few months, Neymar cannot be said he can't be top 3. Now, ability-wise, of course he's top 3, but form, what have you been doing lately? Can't put him top 3. You can't do it, Because again, I was so disappointed by the crap he put against Liverpool. That was a crap performance. I'm sorry.
But Klopp said that he was specifically targeting the side of Neymar because Neymar's defensive contribution is
none. It's none. Doesn't
it's
exist.
non-existent. Yeah, exactly.
And how do you let James Milner pocket?
I told you. What did I tell you guys before? I told you James Milner, Henderson, masterclass. That's what I told you. And what happened?
Klopp masterclass, man. Klopp masterclass.
Wait. Since we're talking about PSG, what happened to Mbappe, man? I mean, he's supposed to retire Messi and Ronaldo. I mean, the dude flopped.
He scored though. You can't. He scored one.
No, but he scored because that was all Neymar's doing. And second of all, he was the one who lost the ball for the Liverpool's 3rd goal.
No. For me, no. Mbappe, he ultimately flopped in the game. Goal or not, he flopped in the game. But remember, he's 19. Let's be real, he's 19.
Wait. Okay,
That's not an excuse.
this is funny because when you praise him, you said, "Oh my God, he's only 19." But when he plays
Exactly.
bad, you say he's 19.
Look,
You can't use
Having his
praise.
cake and eating it
and
too.
requires a World Cup medal.
He's having his cake and
He had
eating it too.
he had one amazing game in that World Cup, man.
I think Dembele is like a bigger, like, I mean, for me he's like a, I don't know, I mean I like Mbappe, but for me Dembele is a bigger
Talent.
yeah, sort of. It's
Oh,
weird.
it's okay. This is where I disagree. See, Kadim, as of right now, Dembele is playing better than Mbappe. What Dembele is doing for Barcelona is insane. This guy's talent is incredible. He is the best two-footed player in the world, no doubt, no question. But talent-wise and ability, I think what Mbappe can do is generational. I think Mbappe is a generational talent. I think like what Mbappe can do, his upside is where, okay, this is the best, this is out and out guy.
But look, like Mbappe is sort of like more like due to his physical attributes, in my opinion, like his speed
It's
Cristiano.
and pace, whereas Dembele's two-footed ability
technique. Yeah.
technique is like much more like much better, and it's something which will remain.
He has just that obviously like he needs to still refine them. But the bit about Mbappe is that basically nobody will be like Ronaldo. But Mbappe reminds me of that old school Ronaldo. Because remember, Ronaldo, what made Ronaldo so scary was that this guy was fast, he was strong, he had amazing technical ability as well. So he knew how to harness his speed and his strength.
Wait, Ronaldo, man, this dude, he's Cristiano more like that's.
Yeah, that's true. But he's really like Cristiano, but
Cristiano can't dribble anymore.
What? Oh my God, dude, you're judging based on the last 3 seasons. We're talking about the past 12 years.
Let's be honest, guys. It's time to admit nobody is gonna overtake Messi in the next 5 years. It's not Messi who's gonna retire as the best player in the world. It's time to admit it. Mbappe doesn't have it. Neymar doesn't have it. Nobody is Messi.
No, look, I'll be real here because you know what? I'll be real. As much as Messi flopped at the World Cup, I think, guys, we all have to pause and be like, you know what? This dude has been doing this for like over a decade. I mean,
yeah, same thing as Ronaldo.
No. This dude Messi has been doing incredible things on a football pitch.
I must say I will be really, really sad when he stops playing for Barcelona or playing football in Europe.
No. You know what? I'll be real. Like, because as much as I get on him for what he does for this and the World Cup, I think football will lose something when he retires. Because even watching the match against Girona as well, I'm like, this guy's ability is scary. It's scary because again, like maybe people view football for different things, but for me, whenever I view football, I view it from the mindset of somebody who does play for football as well. So when I play on football and I play on the park or something, I look at the guys who I go out and say, wow, that guy's amazing. So when I see what Hazard does, what Neymar used to do, what I saw Mbappe do, what I see what Messi does, I'm like, what he does is almost godlike. Because again, football is a very difficult sport. It's very hard. And people don't realize this is that. You realize that if you are one-on-one with Messi, 9 times out of 10, he's going to beat you. Do you know how hard it is to beat a man on a dribble? That's hard. So it is also great where for Messi, if you're one-on-one with him, he'll get past you. So I just think that people just haven't realized that this guy's, and he's been doing this for over a decade. Because look, I thought that Mbappe will get him out of here, and I still hope Mbappe gets his ass out of here. That's what I want. Okay, I want him to be retired. I want him retired, but go to football and be like, you know what? Could he be a horseman?
Wait, who?
By double H standards, like for me, he's already like the best of all times.
Wait, who? Who are we talking about? Messi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's already a top 3 player of all time. I don't understand how Zidane or R9 is better than this guy.
That's not true. Yeah.
You know, I mean, Messi. My thing, like I've said, Messi is the best player of all time. That's his title, without a doubt, the best club football player of all time. That's set in stone.
Wait, I have 2 things to say. One, that's
GOAT, greatest of all time. I can't go that far, but club-wise, nobody. And I don't think for as long as we're alive on this earth, I don't think we'll ever see a player achieve more or do more at club level than what Messi did.
that's what Cristiano's doing. What the hell? Oh my god, man, this guy.
Guys, we're at